Good evening, good evening, good evening. What's going on, Field Level family? It's the Field Level Football Podcast of the West Coast. I'm Pat. That's Quan. That's CT. How my guys doing today, man? Quan, what's going on with you, bro? You first. Quan, we ain't got no sound with you. We ain't got no sound for you. Go off and come back on. Let me see what's going on. Right. CT, I see you was on mute, but you not no more. CT, what's going on with you, bro? How you doing?
I'm all right, man. Just praying for a lot of people right now that's going through a lot. So just want to remain positive and really spread good spirit to everybody. So, just got to keep pushing, man.
Respect that. Respect that. Quan, what's going on with you, bro? You good?
Am I good now? Am I in and out? I'm good.
Nah, you solid. You solid. You solid.
All right, I'm gonna try the wireless things in a second. But yeah, man, I'm good, man. Just fresh off of work. I literally just took off the uniform, so I'm good.
Man, took off the uniforms, dons the fly times. I see you over there with the fly times. I ain't mad at it. You know what I'm saying? Last game just ended. We normally get into this West Coast football straight off the rip. But the last game just ended on tonight. How about them Patriots taking down Baltimore?
Man. Haven't I been on Baltimore line all year?
Nah, you have. You definitely have, and rightfully so. They didn't look too hot at all today. So definitely rightfully so on Lamar Jackson and them boys' heads. But man, I'm excited about tonight's show. I think it's a lot to talk about. A lot of great football happened today. A lot of interesting football happened today. Some things occurred that I'm ready to kind of talk about a little bit. So let's go through these list of games on tonight, man. We're gonna jump right in. Don't want to hold y'all too long, but we're gonna jump right in on tonight. First game.
Wait, real quick. I just put the wireless things in. Am I good?
You good, but I think you good from the corded things. I think the corded things is still plugged up, so I'm catching you off of the cord. Is the cord still plugged up?
Nah, the cord is out. But you know what? I thought the cord sounded better a long time ago, so I'm gonna put that back in. Go ahead, continue.
But no, that's all. I mean, if you can hear us, we can hear you. It ain't no biggie.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's all good, brother. It's all good. Anyway, let's jump right into that. I see Roy's on here, man. What's good, Roy, man? Hope you're doing well. Hope you icing them wounds, man, from that Niner shellacking that my Niners took, man. So I hope you're doing well with that. Let's jump right in on tonight, man. Let's go ahead and start with that first game on the docket. And that is the Raiders and the Broncos. I think all of us here on the pod and even the Field Level family, I feel like everybody took the Raiders to win this game. I want to say the only person that picked the Broncos was Chris, but I think that was pure hate. Quan, I'm gonna call that pure hate. Oh, Quan's off. Okay, CT, I'm gonna call that pure hate. So other than that, I think everybody with the Raider game, it kind of played out how everyone thought it would. One thing I will say, as it pertains to that game, and I hope Quan get back on here pretty quickly. Let me see. Hold on. Y'all know I like uniformity. There you go. Quan's back. We're getting ready to jump into this Raider and Bronco game tonight, man. And I think that, like I said before you went off, I know that everyone on the pod picked the Raiders to win, except for Chris. But I think, like I said, that was some pure hate on his part. As it pertains to that Raiders game, I have to say, big shout out and huge kudos to the Raiders defense. I think the Raiders defense today made Drew Lock very uncomfortable, put him in positions that I don't think he was ready for. So we've seen a lot of mistakes from Drew Lock. And then also, I think when you started throwing that ball a little bit, you had guys like not Hamler. What's 17's name? It just escaped me just all of a sudden.
Deshaun Hamilton, guys like that who just started making mistakes. I know he had a fumble that was inexcusable. But you guys got a lot of turnovers today. Turned over the ball, got some good turnovers against that offense, as well as set the tone. I don't really, like you said, I know of the Raiders, don't really follow them too much. Just because, but 25, the safety, the white guy safety, 25. Eric Harris,
I think one thing I will say, he set a tone in that game early. I think it was KJ Hamler. It was a deep pass down the left side where he came and lit KJ Hamler life up. And I think that hit kind of set the tone for the physicality that the rest of that game came with
with that Raiders defense. They put, like I say, put Drew Lock in a uncomfortable position from the gate. Had him, flustered, making mistakes. So kudos to the Raiders defense. Did some really good things. Derek Carr was the consistent Derek Carr that we've been seeing most of the year. And then also Josh Jacobs was special today. I think he showed why he is a higher or upper echelon running back. But I will say this. One of my things I talked about to you, Quan, was the highlight of this matchup for me was Jerry Jeudy versus Henry Ruggs. Mm-hmm. And if we go Henry Ruggs versus Jerry Jeudy, I feel like Jerry Jeudy won today. I just Henry Ruggs for me. I'm telling you, I'm just waiting on it. I guess I'm gonna take a step back and I'm gonna literally wait on to see what happens with that situation. But he's not jumping for me, bruh. He's not jumping.
Yeah.
So that's my analysis of it, and that's how I saw it. Quan, let's go, CT. Quan, I'm gonna let you wrap this thing up for us when we get to this. CT, how did you feel about that Broncos Raiders game?
I don't say this very often about the Raiders, but I actually love that game. Very excited for them. Felt that this was an important divisional game for them to get. It really lets us know if they're going to be serious as a wild card, contender. So very happy with that. Want to shout out Jeff Heath. Is that the guy? 2 picks today?
Yeah, that's him. Yep.
Mm-hmm. 38, Jeff Heath. I can't even say the name of his school. It's
I think it's in D3. Saginaw Valley State. Saginaw Valley State, yeah.
Don't know where that is, but I will look it up.
It's in Saginaw, Michigan. Gotta be, right? Gotta be in Saginaw. I would think.
Probably so, but that's awesome, man. Big day for the defense, as you alluded to, Pat. Consistency from the running game. Jacobs, getting active, 21 carries, 112 today, 2 tugs. Right. Derek Carr, pedestrian day, but didn't need to do too much. The defense and the running game set the tone, so he was able to maintain, not make any mistakes. Had a QBR of 81.1. So, you can't beat that, man. That's a solid situation. Darren Waller did all right. Henry Ruggs, we're still kind of waiting. But, as you guys get more creative and open up that offense with more, comfortability, I think you guys got a shot to really open him up. I'm excited about this. And then looking at Denver, I said it's either lock game or the lock will be picked. And today it was definitely picked.
I hate that. I hate that you said. Like, I hate it so bad.
He right
too. And let me expand on that. So the lock was picked 4 times.
I see what you did there.
You like that?
I see what you did there. Yeah, the lock was picked 4 times. I see what you did there.
And it's tough, man. I don't think you'll really see what the Broncos are made of until you have Von Miller in that defense, in full mode. So
you're not having it no time soon.
Yeah. So it's a challenge. It's sad too because Chubb was out last year, and Von was playing, and then vice versa happens this year. So hopefully they can get healthy, and you'll be able to really see what Denver's defense really looks like. But great win for the Raiders today.
I concur with what you said. One thing you did say that I think we need to kind of start, maybe going on watch about. Quan, you'll like this. You said the Raiders potentially wild card. If this thing plays out how I think it might play out, if the Raiders can give the Chiefs another L, who knows? Coming down to the end of the season, the Raiders have a chance to win the AFC West. So, that's definitely a possibility at this point. What you got? 6-3 now?
Yeah, we are 6-3, and now with the Ravens losing tonight, it seems like all of the teams are 6-3 in the AFC.
Right. So with that being said, if the Raiders can knock off the Chiefs again, you might see an AFC West where the Raiders are the AFC West champions. Quan, I'll let you go ahead on, man.
Yeah, and minus the Chiefs as of right now, the remaining games on our schedule, like the winning percentage is the winning percentage of the teams that we have left to play are like under 500. Minus the Chiefs, obviously. So, yeah, the chances look good. A few things, man, and I'm going to just hit on the points that y'all hit. You mentioned Jerry Jeudy versus Ruggs. By the numbers, Jerry Jeudy, I think we talked about this earlier. Jerry Jeudy definitely had a better day stat-wise than the Raiders. I mean, than Henry Ruggs. I still think Ruggs, it's weird, man, because, like I said last week on the podcast, he doesn't scream bust to me. It's too early. It's his rookie year. But today he actually made one mistake that, like, usually the games that he don't do well, just him and Derek Carr don't connect. Carr might overthrow him a little bit, or just the ball don't go his way. But today he had one mistake. Derek Carr threw a nice little bomb over the top. It probably wouldn't have been for a touchdown, but it would have been at least a 40, 50-yard gang, and it went right through his hands. But then he doubled back later in the second half, and on a scramble drill, Derek Carr threw it up, and Henry Ruggs climbed the ladder like he did against the Chiefs, caught it over dude helmet, for like a 30-yard gain. So
I watched that play, Quan. It wasn't necessarily over dude helmet, but I'll let you have it. It wasn't necessarily over. I'll let you have it though.
Okay. Look, look.
He was about a yard behind, dude. But I'll let you.
He was, but I'll specify. It wasn't like
it wasn't one of these. It wasn't like one of these.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
He did not moss him, but he did catch it over him.
Okay,
I'll say that.
All right.
But before the drop, he did well. He had a couple of good routes. He caught the ball well. So hopefully, like CT said, it'll just continue to grow. Nelson Aguilar had a key drop. Oh, that's one thing I want to mention. Not just Nelson Aguilar. We left points on the field, y'all. We had 37 total points. Nelson Aguilar dropped a touchdown in the end zone today by himself. So that's a drop. Darren Waller had a drop where he would have scored when he got behind the safety. So that right there is 14 points. So the game could have looked worse. It could have been a 50-burger. But that just shows with Derek Carr having a pedestrian day, it just shows that we could have put up possibly 50 points without Derek Carr really having to do anything in the passing game. The run game was dominant. Booker and Josh Jacobs combined had 193 yards rushing. Derek Carr's few rushing attempts put it over 200 for the day. That's a winning recipe for that's a recipe for success, especially going into the playoffs when you got to run the ball. That's why the Titans got so far last year. The key thing I'll say about the defense, man, Pat, you hit it right on the head. Ever since that first hit, Eric Harris Brang, it just set the tone. And right after that hit, John Abrams, he ran over and grabbed Eric Harris by the shoulder pads and grabbed Damon Arnett, who just came back off an injury, in the shoulder pads, pulled them close, like right here, and just said, I don't know what he said, but he said something to where after they just slapped hands and was cheering. That's the kind of energy that we've been missing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if we can't beat you with scheme, which obviously if you look at our total defense for the year, it ain't good. But if we bring that kind of energy, then things can happen. Last thing I'll point, and then we can move on. We did have a minor shakeup in the lineup. Corey Littleton was out this week because of COVID. And we started Nicholas Moreau, who I thought last year Moreau was going to land a starting gig. But I knew once we signed Littleton and I can't pronounce the dude name, Towski. Once we signed them both, he wasn't going to start, but he showed why he should start. Corey Littleton might be like the Raiders version of Quan Alexander, honestly. And I'm just putting it in the air because of how well Morrow played last year.
No, I got you. I completely understand what you're saying. Yeah, no doubt. I'm not gonna beat you up about that. That's not a bad one. I'll let you have that one.
So we'll see. Crosby had another 2 sacks. I'm glad the way we playing, man. I'm glad.
In there.
Had
to. He's not both. So I took that back. But
yeah, appreciate that.
But he played well, man. I'm just happy that the Raiders are doing very well, and Derek Carr is finally showing me what he could have been doing this whole time, man. We may not need the big day, but when you need to scramble for 4 yards, go give me them 4 yards. If I need you to, extend the play, extend the play. And I like what I'm seeing, man. Go Raiders.
No, they definitely look good, man. It look like they had something to prove, man. I think they're doing well. I'm excited for the Raiders. This has been an interesting football season, altogether, just because it seems as though there's no prohibitive favorite. I mean, even with the Steelers playing as great as they are, you don't get that same feel like, they're the guys. You know what I mean? There's no prohibitive favorite to really make a real case that team is the Super Bowl champions. Like, every year in and year out, you can kind of go through the schedule. And about this time, you can say that's a juggernaut. Nobody's stopping them, right? There's not that guy this year. There's about 15 teams, it feels like, that are 6-3.
You know what I mean? Right there, 6-3 or 5-5. There's teams that are like right there on the cusp of doing some really great things. So I'm excited about that. Going on, we're going to talk about the Dolphins and the Chargers game. I believe that Quan, I think out of the trio here, you were the sole person that picked the Chargers. I think me and CT went on ahead and grabbed the Fins. I don't know when you're going to stop picking against Tua. Listen, bro, Tua is 3-0 as a starter. And even though he's not crazy impactful as it pertains to the numbers, I think his presence and the winning atmosphere that he brings and puts on that team is kind of willing this team to another level. I think that they're doing really good. What kind of irritates me, CT, and I'm talk to you directly, is that in 49ers camp this year, you heard so much about Salvon Ahmed. You heard how great he was looking in the training camp for the Niners. You heard about how his ability to run after the catch and all that type of stuff. It really shined in 49ers camp this year. We let go of him. He's starting for the Dolphins right now and playing pretty well. He's playing pretty darn well. One thing I do have to highlight, as I highlighted how great the Raiders defense is, I think I have to have an indictment tonight against the Chargers defense, man. I think we've talked about this week in and week out, but the Chargers defense, they just don't look that good, bro. They're not doing that hot. One person I have to highlight as well is Grant Sr., 19. He's like 5'5", bro, playing receiver. But boy, he balls.
He be moving.
He ball out, bro. Real life ball out. And I think one person I really want to highlight again, because I don't really, they're the Miami Dolphins, and we're the podcast of the West Coast. But Devontae Parker might be one of the most underrated receivers in the league.
I concur.
Yeah. Might be one of the most underrated receivers in the league. And you couple him with a young Tua, they're looking really great. Since Tua is in the lineup, Tua is 3-0. They have not lost a game since he's been in that lineup. But I think the Chargers played well. I think that Justin Herbert today, for me, actually kind of started to show his rookiness a little bit today. Threw an interception that was inexcusable. But definitely started to show that he was a rookie today. However, I will say, was it Jackson? I think it was Justin Jackson. I can't remember if it was Justin Jackson, I think. 31 for the Chargers running back. Had a great day today. Had popped a couple really nice runs in the run game today. But I think it was too much Tua too late. Tua late went down, did what he was supposed to do, and won the game. And it's as simple as that. Chargers defense can't stop a JV team right now. So Tua was out there doing what his thing, willing and dealing. I think it is what it is. Fight me if you got a problem with it. But that's kind of what it was. That's kind of what I saw. Quan, how'd you feel about that game? Dolphins, Chargers.
I agree 100%. Today was the first day Herbert looked like a rookie, even though he didn't play bad, but he looked like a rookie, man.
Right.
The Dolphins defensive line is also an underrated group. They got when they bring over like when they had Shaq Lawson come over from the Bills, who was a first-round pick, a former first-round pick. And I did not think Shaq Lawson was going to make an impact, and he's making an impact. So that's good to see. But you know what, man? The Chargers they are underperforming. They're underperforming. Like
they're a better team than their record.
They are a better team than their record, man, but they are underperforming like a lot. And it's crazy because you can't really say it's from the offense. I don't understand how. Oh, and then I'm going to also take this. I might have been wrong on my on me thinking that Kenneth Murray was the best linebacker coming out. Patrick Queen plays great, but I haven't really seen Kenneth Murray and not this game, but last week's game. He wasn't in a lot of their sub packages. It's usually Perryman and Kaiser White. So maybe they're not seeing something from Murray that I thought they would. He's not really making no impact. Casey Hayward is the only competent corner, but he's playing competent this year. Everybody else in the defensive secondary don't look like they know what they're doing, and they just traded away Desmond King, who already is making an impact for the Titans. He got like 2 touchdowns already. So I don't know, man. The Chargers are just really underperforming, and it's sad, man, because even with a rookie quarterback, they could have been making some noise, or at least making the division as far as the AFC West a little bit more competitive record-wise.
I concur. 100,000%.
Yeah, man, it's bad.
CT, hop in here right quick, man. Talk about these Dolphins and Chargers, man.
We can't talk enough about the efforts of Miami. I'm very happy with what I'm seeing from Tua. Early, he's efficient. You don't need him to take over and throw 300 yards right now. You need him to maintain it, get some reps out there, and really build his confidence with his team. So happy to see that. Salvon Ahmed, that was actually a name that was truly on the radar during training camp. Right. Hasty, you heard about him, but not like Salvon Ahmed. Ahmed was somebody that we expected to be with the 49ers, on a go forward, right. With an opportunity to make the team at some point. Things happen, you make decisions, and you felt that you were deep there. And now he's showing why he was getting that buzz. And obviously it was unfortunate because I believe Breida has COVID and was out this week, but that provided the opportunity for Ahmed to do his thing. And the Cal running back too got a couple carries. Patrick Laird, is it Laird?
Yeah.
So they're using everybody they can, man. And Grant's he's a little monster, bro. Little track guy. He got some heat.
He is.
And I like it because Preston went out, so they were able to get that next man up mentality and really bring some impactful people from their special teams. So Jakeem Grant has returned a little bit in the past, and put him on the active with the receiving corps. So that's awesome. And then, like I said, I've always said Devontae Parker is nice. He was a little inconsistent, but I think part of the inconsistency was the quarterback play and the lack thereof, with Tannehill being hurt, year in and year out. Now he has somebody that's going to sit in there. Fitzpatrick was feeding him as well, and now he's going to be able to shine. So looking forward to continuing to see him grow. And defensively, man, they're just stout. Kyle Van Noy really did help bring that Flores Patriots defense over to Miami, with some nuances and a few better athletes. So I'm excited to see what this team can continue to do and really strike, fear into the AFC East. We'll get into the other team, that's leading the AFC East at this time, but, they got a shot. So happy to see that. And Chargers, we talked about it, just young, just need to, come along and add a couple more pieces defensively. Disappointed with the defensive line. That's always been kind of a strong point for them. I feel like that is hindering, or they're underperforming, I'll say. And I think that does hurt their secondary as well. So, hopefully they can figure it out. Like I said, I like Coach Lynn. Give him a chance another season. Let them build.
I just told Quan that, bro. I like Lynn, man. Quan ready to chop Lynn.
No. Hey, real quick before you get on me about Lynn, let's not forget to mention the running back for the Chargers who's starting right now, Kalen Ballage, the Arizona State products. Remember, he was going to be a top running back coming out. He got dumped by the Dolphins early.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that he has been their starting running back the past 2 weeks, even though he just got there, that also says a lot about Justin Jackson and Josh Kelly, that they bring in a guy fresh off the waiver list, and he's starting.
Those are rookies though, too, man. You gotta give him the rookie pass though, too.
I mean, I can give you. Well, Justin Jackson ain't a rookie.
I know, but Josh Kelly, give him the rookie pass. UCLA.
I'm just saying, though. Ballage is only in his second year. And Ballage was a rookie last year, wasn't he? Anyway, he looked good.
This is the thing. So let's jump over, man. We're going to jump over to the team now that has a slight lead in the AFC East, only because they're a game up. Probably my favorite game of the day, if I can be honest with you. Cards versus Bills. The Cardinals won 32-30. I mean, very exciting game. This was a battle of two up-and-coming quarterbacks that are really, really good. You know what I mean? I think I said on Wednesday night I picked the Cards to win this game, and I picked the Cards to win this game solely because of Kyler Murray. I said Kyler Murray, too much Kyler Murray. They have not seen a quarterback like Kyler Murray, and Kyler Murray would be the difference in this game. Lo and behold, not saying I'm a prophet or nothing like that. Kyler Murray definitely was a difference in this game. You know what I mean? Kyler Murray played really, really well. It was you could tell he was frustrated early simply because they put together, I want to say, about 3 really good drives that ended in field goals right in the red zone. It wasn't like out of the red zone field goals, but really in the red zone field goals that was kind of frustrating for him. But you just got the feel in this game that something was going to break eventually. And RPO action, zone read action, And next thing you know, Kyler Murray on the zone read is 2 rushing touchdowns in, and now we have a game. Josh Allen played really, really well as well. Shout out to Josh Allen's 50 fantasy points that he gave me. We'll talk about that on Wednesday night. Shout out to that. But this was a good game for the Cardinals defense as well. I think the Cardinals defense as well, especially in that secondary, had a lot of question marks. But when you got Pat P ripping stuff, and then really getting interceptions and making stuff happen, we had a game on our hands, man. It was interesting to watch. Quan hit me on some D-Hop, the best wide receiver in the league type of stuff. They played 3 flies up, he caught it. So like, okay, cool.
Okay.
Not to too much take away from his greatness. He's a great receiver. Don't get me wrong. But up until that point, mediocre day in the office. 3 flies up, I caught the ball. Here comes Quan, greatest receiver ever. So let's not even deal with that. I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna let that fly. But like I said, too much Kyler Murray. And I think Kyler Murray tweeted this, and this is what was kind of funny. Basically, he was tweeting that on that particular play, the last play of the game. He tweeted basically, I knew D Hop was down there somewhere, so I just threw that out. Like I just threw it. I knew Hop was down there, so I threw it. So you know what I'm saying. So that was a good day in the office for Kyler. And the Cards got the win. How you feel about it, Quan?
First off, shout out to our Field Level family, Mees, Kendrick, Rory, Craig. Shout out to y'all. We see y'all comments. It's coming.
We're gonna get to it.
We're gonna get to it. But check this out. Yeah, I hit you, and I said D Hop was the man.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm just saying he proved it. It was that was Megatron-esque. 3 people in the end zone, just one of him, jump up there, catch the ball all on your back. That's what I'm saying, man. Leave no doubt. I like that play. The one thing I want to say though, going forward, this game showed me, and I told you this earlier, this game just showed me, if you're a quarterback trying to get to the league, you got to at least run a 4.7 and below, because these 2 quarterbacks was on the move, especially Josh Allen, because the Cardinals D-line surprisingly got a lot of pressure on him.
Man, they was on his helmet.
They was on him. And, you know, the numbers might not be there in the sack department, but when you talk about quarterback hurries, his spot was off today. And credit to Josh Allen for doing the most that he could. But the Cardinals, man, Cardinals came to play. Kenyon Drake gonna have to have a bounce back week. He kind of put that team in a hole with that fumble. That was key.
How about Chase Edmonds? Chase Edmonds had a good day today too.
Chase Edmonds is bringing a different dynamic, and it's crazy because Kenyon Drake is quick and quick foot in the hole, but Chase Edmonds quicker.
Right.
So it is, you know, there's just speed all over that field. When you get Chase Edmonds out there, it's like another Kyler Murray, but running back version. So it's just good to see, man. The one thing I do want to see from Kyler, and this is me nitpicking, on easy throws that he should make, he needs to be consistently accurate. That's going to take them deep in the playoffs if they get there, because that interception that he got on today, that bounced off of Larry, it was low, and it was behind when Larry was wide open.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
no, I got you.
You know, those are just small things you want to see him clean up. Other than that, hey man, go Cards, great game.
And shout out to Cliff Kingsbury, because Cliff Kingsbury does an awesome job at game planning for Kyler Murray. You very rarely see Kyler Murray throw out of the pocket. He's always on the move. They're always moving the pocket. They're always, roll out, moving that pocket left, moving that pocket right, and getting him to a place where he can actually see downfield. So shout out to Cliff Kingsbury for the way he called that game today. CT,
Absolutely.
how'd you feel about it?
I want to tackle first what you were saying about the slow start. So first quarter, Arizona had 3 points. Second quarter, 6 points, field goals. And then halftime adjustment, third quarter, you get 17. So shout out to Cliff Kingsbury for really getting this offense to explode and really take advantage of a vulnerable defense, that was struggling with a mobile quarterback like Kyler Murray.
Mm-hmm.
I got to say, Kenyon Drake, I'm not a huge fan of his style. I don't think that he's a feature back, in my personal opinion. Edmonds may provide that at some point if you give him more opportunity. So that's kind of my take for that. Pat, you said 3 flies up. I mean, the man had 7 catches for 127 today, man.
Yeah,
he had a pretty good game.
And 50 of that was 3 flies up.
Don't matter.
Don't matter how you get it.
Yeah. Almost. Never mind.
But this was a huge victory. A game that they really needed. The Bills have been playing everybody in the West tough. So I was really excited to see. Sorry, man. Really excited to see, the Cardinals do their thing, man, and really take a huge step forward. Seattle couldn't do it, but Kyler did it. So that says a lot about where they are. For Buffalo, they got one more West opponent coming up. I know they're going to lick their chops and try and, finish us off clean as much as they can. But, today they ran into a buzzsaw and they better be careful because Miami's coming. So shout out to the Cards for a big win today.
Shout out to the Cards for a big win today. I'm excited to see what happens next. The Cards, Rams, and Seahawks. 3-way tie for first place in the NFC West. Interested to see how that shakes out. So let's deal with the Seahawks and the Rams since we just talked about the Cards. Let's deal with the Seahawks and Rams game, man. I picked the Seahawks big in this game. I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man. And oh yeah, well, I know Craig, you asked that question. Do you think Murray is clutch? I definitely do. Definitely do. I think that Murray has all the attributes to make things happen when things break down. And that's when that clutch gene really kicks in. So since you asked, Craig, how about the Rams? Let's talk about them. One thing I got to say, man, and I'll deal with both points of them. I did pick the Seahawks big. Half of my issue with the Rams, I might just be a man scoring. But I got to say this. Jared Goff today impressed me. Jared Goff impressed me a lot today. One thing I will say, their third down efficiency today was through the roof. I'll tell you one person that definitely kind of let me down. I was watching the film because there's been this ongoing argument as it pertains to Fred Warner and Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner looked a little bad today. I don't care what the stat line says. If you watch that game, the Rams,
he looked slow, huh?
He looked slow. He looked indecisive. It was like the Rams were confusing him, and he didn't whenever you're confused, you don't move with the same fluidity that you normally would move with. And that's kind of what I got from him. Whenever you see Darrell Henderson Jr. and Malcolm Brown running the way Malcolm Brown and Darrell Henderson Jr. ran the ball on that Seahawks defense today, it was laughable. It was really, really laughable. The reason why Jared Goff had such a great day with the third down efficiency and then even his downfield throwing today was because a lot of that stuff came off of play action when those backers were frozen because they were getting gashed by Darrell Henderson and Malcolm Brown whenever they ran the ball. So that play action game today really, really was doing well. Was doing really well. I gotta say this. Me and you had this conversation on here about Russell Wilson.
Who?
Me and you, because you were still talking MVP talk.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And we had this little bit of a conversation. Russell Wilson, outside of the 49er game, and I'm not even gonna give him too much kudos for that. I mean, you see where we are right now. The last 4 out of the last 5 games, he's not looking too hot. He's not looking too good at all. He's throwing picks everywhere. I think, who was it? 31? Was it 31 on the Rams? I don't even know his name. Craig, give me his name. But ripped him twice. He fumbled twice? He just looked. The Rams defense made him look so pedestrian. The Rams defense got after him. I mean, everybody from Leonard Floyd to Brockers, and Aaron Donald didn't even really get at him like that. But the way that they made that game go, Darius Williams, shout out to you, bro. The way that they made that go really went well. And we'll talk about Jalen Ramsey and DK Metcalf, right? You'll say, and that's why I brought it up. That's why I brought it up.
I'm glad you did.
Yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy I did.
Yeah, come on.
You'll say DK and Jalen locked DK up. That's what you'll say. Because I think what DK had, DK had like what, 28 yards or something like that?
2 for 28.
2 for 28. But let me say something. As I watched that game, what I will say this is that it was more so for me of Russell Wilson being afraid of Jalen Ramsey than Jalen Ramsey locking DK. It was almost kind of like in Russell Wilson's eyes, I'm not even going to throw over there because Jalen Ramsey is there. And I think when you have an athlete of the caliber of DK Metcalf, you have to give him chances. And how many targets did DK have today? Like 3 or 4? That's inexcusable. No. And I don't care. That's not what I'm talking about. When you're in one-on-one coverage and you're DK Metcalf, I don't care if that's Jalen Ramsey. The athlete and the caliber that DK Metcalf is, you have to give him a chance. But what happened is that Russell Wilson was running for his life, and he was scared out there at times today. Russell Wilson made mistake after mistake, did not look great. They didn't do nothing awesome. I got it. They had Alex Collins at running back, and, half of the world is like, who is this guy? But the Rams defense made that Seahawks offense look very, 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 very bad. And on the contrary, that Seahawks defense made the Rams offense look very, 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 very good. And I don't know if that's the case. I think that the Seahawks, for me, the Seahawks are fool's gold. They look right. They're supposed to win. But when they get into these kind of games, okay, you beat the Niners. Right now, this year, who cares? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, okay, so what? That Niner team is not the caliber that they were. I don't know why you care. They missing 30 people. They like legit have 30 people on IR. That's not
80
that
million.
same team. That's
80
not
million.
that same team. Right. That's not that same team. So you beat them. Okay, cool. But beat the Rams, beat those teams that matter, beat the Cardinals, beat the teams in that division this year that are going to contest you for that number 1 spot. I think the Seahawks are fool's gold. I don't think they're as good as everybody thinks they are. And I think that Seattle defense is absolutely horrendous.
I'm taking sausage.
Okay. CT, you got anything to add? Because I'm going to go.
I think you got to go.
On? What is it a go on? Go.
I'm about to go. What we're going to have to do is we're going to have to look back, because Jalen Ramsey was on the Rams last year, right? And DK was also on the Seahawks last year, right? Okay. Right. So we're going to have to look back and see if he got a lot of targets thrown his way and numbers.
I'm here.
Okay, do that, please, because I have a hard time believing we can say, well, Jalen Ramsey didn't really do nothing. It's just that it's Russell's fault that DK didn't get the ball. Man, cut it out. That was a good matchup. Jalen Ramsey's one of the bigger corners, right? He like pushing 6'3", probably weigh like 210, 215 solid. That's a good matchup.
Last year, one game DK had 2 for 44, 1 tug.
Okay.
The other game DK had 6 for 78.
So is it fair to say then that Jalen got him the first time they played, then DK got him kind of the second time, and then Jalen got him again? It ain't really just Russell didn't get it to him.
See, that's how I know you didn't watch the game. It's fine. You watched the highlight. No, you watched the highlights. That's fine.
No.
It's good. You're talking off of highlights right now, and that's all right. But go ahead.
All right, man. You
watch YouTube.
Believe,
go ahead.
You believe what you want to believe, because you're the one that said D Hop only had a 3-pop fly catch, and that was it. When CT gave you the numbers, you was like, I don't want to hear him.
60 of it, 120 was one play.
It don't matter. Got it done.
Okay. Bye, bro. Go ahead. Talk.
Anyways, like I was saying, I'm also not gonna let you get away with you saying, the Rams was gashing the Seahawks. I mean, no running back for the Rams, including Cam Akers, who had the most yards out of all of them. You didn't even mention him. None of them had over 40 yards individually.
It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. It's about the effectiveness per play.
Let me finish.
You finish because you're talking out of it. That's what's this right here. The side of your neck, you talking out of it. Go ahead, bro.
Let me finish. I can appreciate the Rams sticking with the game plan because they know, and everybody knows, Jared Goff is best off of play action.
This is what happens when you watch highlights.
So the fact that the Rams stayed consistent with the running game, even though they weren't getting a lot of yards. They stayed consistent, made the Seahawks have to respect it. But let's not act like they was gashing them. Come on,
Quan. Wait, no. I don't care. And Corn, chill out, because you a Rams fan, so chill out. When I tell you that Malcolm Brown averaged 5.5 yards a carry, you're looking at the 38, but you're not looking at the 5.5 yards a carry. Nor are you looking at Darrell Henderson's 4 yards a carry.
I am looking at that.
Nor are you looking at Cam Akers, 3.8 yards a carry. When they carried the ball, that's first down yardage in 2 carries.
All right, hold on. CT, if we were talking about any other game and I told you, oh, this running back was so-called gashing them, what would, if you had to guess that person's stat line, what would you guess it was?
Come on, cuz. You out here faking the phone, bro.
CT,
you out here faking.
CT, if I played a game today and I told you when I got done with the game, I said I was gashing that.
Can I rephrase? Can I rephrase your question because you're asking in a weird way? CT, if I said that a team that the Rams ran for over 100 yards on the Seahawks, would you say that they had a good day on?
That's not what we talking about.
That is what it's the running game. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about the running game.
You said specifically Darrell Henderson and Malcolm Brown.
Both who averaged over 4 yards a carry.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Son.
Yes. Lick the dog, bro.
Answer the question, CT.
I think I'm about to get my dog right now. So it's tough as a running back. Shoot. Come here. Honestly, for a running back, it is about the yards per carry, right? It's about how often you're moving the chains, how effective you are with that. But if you told me that they had 100 yards on Seattle, I'd say that's a pretty decent day. Absolutely.
It is a decent day, for sure. I'm
not concerned off of. So
that's why your dog sound like a cat. Go ahead.
That ain't my dog right now.
Talking about my dog or his dog?
That's CT
I don't know, man. Somebody's dog sound like a cat. Go ahead, bro.
He was whiny a little bit. He's young. He's a puppy. Leave him alone. Anyway, he don't have a deep voice like us yet. But I'm actually pretty impressed with what they were able to do. I'm pretty impressed. I mean, they don't have a stellar running game. We all know that. They were effective enough. They didn't have to because, like you said, Goff was really chopping it up. We had over 300 yards passing. Right. We know that Seattle's defense isn't that good, so that allowed them to do so. But I would argue if you're looking at San Francisco's game against the Rams, they were running the ball pretty effectively, but didn't put up super massive rushing numbers. But they ran the ball pretty effectively.
That's why I can't stand y'all too. I'm not saying you got to go over 100 yards each back. What I'm saying is I interpreted gash. Gashing to me means more than 38 yards, 26 yards, and whatever.
Well,
else.
You need to open up the dictionary and look up the word gash because gash just means I'm slicing. Slicing them up.
Gosh, you know
slicing them inside, slicing them outside.
Okay, look. Also, this is an underrated point that I think Seahawks fans are gonna probably regret it. This is why they needed to find a way to sign Jadeveon Clowney because
no
right
pass
now,
rush.
It's no pass rush, and Jadeveon Clowney's not giving the Titans any pass rush neither. But the fact that he was so disruptive, he allowed other guys to get sacks. So I think that was something that they should have did, and they're probably going to regret.
Yeah, I think too. When you look at this, and going back to that gashing comment, just because I'm turned up. I'm turned up right now. I'm off this lemon zinger tea. Shout out to that.
Yes, sir.
When you look at that score and you see 23-16, and you understand that Jared Goff didn't throw one touchdown, no touchdowns, all touchdowns came from the running game.
Yep.
So that's what I'm talking about when the running game literally demanded respect today. So that means that's why you see somebody like Josh Reynolds for 8 catches for 94, three receivers over 50 yards receiving today. It's because of those instances when I'm able to pull down those backers and slow them up a little bit just by even play action because I didn't gash them for 4 yards of play. Yeah, they're gonna respect that. So that comes into play.
I could dig it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you digging it. That's that. So going on to the last game on the docket tonight, man. Saints versus 49ers. I have a lot to say about this game. No, I do. I picked the Saints to win this game.
Stop it.
Most definitely. I said the Saints were going to win this game. I think we all said the Saints were going to win this game except for CT. CT picked the Niners. But when I watched, yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Rewind the tape. You want me to rewind the tape?
Bro, I did not pick the Niners this week. That's the first time I didn't pick them.
I can guarantee you picked the San Francisco 49ers to win that game. And I'm happy that you said that. So I'll let Quan jump off. And Quan, you jump off and talk about this game first.
I don't got nothing to say, man. Y'all just too injured to even really I don't know, man. Y'all just too hurt. You're too hurt. I think that you guys are not playing with the same kind of energy. Like I know Fred Warner, he bringing it, and I'm glad that he got his publicity today because a couple times during the broadcast they said that he was the best middle linebacker in football.
As they should.
So I'm glad that he got his pub, but I don't know, man. I think you guys are just too hurt to really just be relevant right now. You know, I like what Nick Mullins did.
Okay.
I like that he did.
Hold on,
CT, it's on you, man.
I say Sleepy CT predicts the Niners. They got the win. 24-21. 24-21.
Hold on. Time out.
Thank you.
Are you really gonna listen to me when I'm sleepy and tired?
I don't care. I just wanted to prove the fact that you said the Niners was going to win. You told me you didn't. I had to let you know you did.
Oh man, that's crazy. The only thing that I'll say going forward, and then
24-21, exactly. Go ahead.
I do think Kendrick Bourne
conversations. Okay.
hey, you gotta be careful with them recording conversations. That's how AB got cut. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I just wanted to let you know, bro. That's why I'm saying I got the receipts. I got the record.
Fair enough.
I really want. I hope your passing game could just evolve more with Mullins under the helm. He has a live arm. Kendrick Bourne needs more opportunities. That boy be bringing that. He's probably the one dude. If y'all got no energy on offense, he will bring it. I know on defense, Fred Warner will bring it, and Sherm when he gets back, he'll bring that. But Kendrick Bourne is your energizer bunny over there. So I like the way he played today.
All right, happy you said that. I'm ready. Here we go. I just had to prove that quick point right quick. Here we go. Niners Saints. Right, I picked the Saints to win this game. But throughout this game. There was a certain level of, for lack of a better word, I'll say hope arose when I seen how the game was going. The difference in this game for me was Nick Mullins' interception in the red zone kind of deal, and that punt that hit my guy, 40. I don't even know who that is, but yeah, poison, cuz, get away. So that was a difference in this game, as well as Contavious Street's sack on Drew Brees on third down that ended up bringing that a first down. That was a huge turning point because they actually scored on that drive. They scored a touchdown on that drive, so that was a huge turnover point.
Was that
this game? No, they called it roughing the passer. It was absolutely the worst roughing the passer I've ever seen. He hit him.
Rory said,
landed on his side. And at that point in the game, you don't want to like identify one or two plays out of the whole game, but there can definitely be a momentum shift and a momentum swing from one or two plays. That definitely was a momentum killer, huge momentum killer because they scored off of that drive. So that was definitely something that I was like, wow, didn't really enjoy that part of it. I think Juan said it earlier. Play calling was a little weird today. There was a couple reverses on like 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. Couple deep reverses. I mean, you're running like 5 yards behind on the scrimmage reverses, and I think that's kind of I didn't understand that one. One thing I will say is Jerick McKinnon is a disappointment.
Don't do it.
Jerick McKinnon is a huge disappointment to me, simply because this guy, it was certain plays where he just didn't look like he had any interest in being on the field. Didn't have any interest in playing. There was a blitz pickup that he could have picked up that he didn't just kind of let dude go on and sack Nick Mullins. And I think one thing about Nick Mullins definitely, definitely a good quarterback, but definitely a backup. He's not a guy that's going to win you a game like that. Definitely a backup. And look, Roy's giving me information right here. I didn't even know that. And so, the worst, it keeps getting worse. Roy says Hasty broke his collarbone today.
Oh my goodness.
So, it keeps getting bad. Mullins, lucky he didn't get picked in that first, all close-ups of him. He looks scared. I think, but you know what though, Juan? I think just Nick Mullins just looks scared. Like that's just his permanent look. Just looks scared. So it was definitely a soppy game for us. Richie James on that muff punt. Also, when he muffed it down there, it was a couple things that was bad. Also, yeah. And we never adjusted to that edge blitz when 22 Gardner just, I think, 3 sacks on Mullins off of the edge, never adjusted. So it was a lot that went wrong. New Orleans played a decent game. I think, if I can be honest, I feel like New Orleans played a beatable game. They played a game that was very beatable. I can't give them too much kudos about what they did because it didn't jump off to me. What I will say is this, though. I love this. Jordan Reed probably had the most impressive catch that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that OBJ kind of over the head, almost knocked over that lamp.
Don't no.
Did you watch it? This is what I'm talking about. This is the type of stuff I be saying. When you're running full speed across the field, ball is low, you reach down with one hand,
bruh,
and you grab that off the ground.
I did see that.
Come on, bro.
You can't.
All right, then. So
OBJ, you can't.
OBJ had a nice one too.
OBJ caught it with 3 fingers like this, though.
And he did too, but it's the placement of the ball. OBJ's catching like this. This is a natural motion. When you're running straight ahead, full speed, going all the way down to your ankle with 3 fingers to catch a ball is not a natural motion. Quan, I'm tired of you. I'm done.
If you were not a Niner fan, you would not say that. But go ahead.
Yes, I would. It was
don't believe it. I don't believe it.
CT is on you.
Similar to last week, not upset about the game, not that frustrated because I understand what we're up against. The only thing that I could say is frustrating is I think if you have Debo, I think if you have even Jeff Wilson, I think you have a chance to really win this game, to be honest with you. There's a couple missing pieces there, not even with our full team, where I think we still could have pulled this off. We typically play really well against Drew Brees in most cases. He didn't look great in this game. Unfortunate that he got hurt. And that gave us even more of an opportunity to stay in this. I didn't get an opportunity to see the entire thing, but I was curious to know why they did Beathard come in late?
No, it was just a situation where Mullins had an equipment issue.
Okay. Just checking. But I was about to say, because definitely don't pull him at this point. Just let him, build some confidence and get some reps. I mean, what else? There's no other, reason to do that. Ayuk keeps impressing. They force it to him a little bit, and that's what I was worried about, and that's kind of where Mullins was making those mistakes. Utilize some of your other weapons, but you don't have a lot of them, so I get it. Richie James, I think, give him a couple more targets. I see Miles. I'm not messing with green tea today, bro. I'm not messing with green tea. And I also say he was saying Niners need to fire the athletic training staff. They did that like last year or 2 years ago. So this is a brand new staff. So for this to still be happening, it's COVID, but it's also something in that water, man. I don't know what's going on in Santa Clara, man, but we're losing too many bodies. But was very impressed. Javon Kinlaw showed up today. Definitely saw him pop out to me. I was happy to see that. Greenlaw had a day. Glad Tavares Moore got some more reps today.
And he looked good. He was the one that caused that fumble late. Mm-hmm. I know Jimmy Ward hopped up like he did it, but that was Tavares Moore.
Shout out to Juan. KB did come to play. I felt good. There was something different to my tone, like that he could have made more of a difference, but it's KB, man. It's only so much you can ask of him.
Oh,
he doesn't get open like that.
He not
man.
filthy
It's
like
tough.
that, bro. He not filthy
Exactly.
like that.
Thank you. Thank you.
I understand he not that. He may not be filthy like that. I'm telling you, he's consistent though.
Yeah. Nah. Kinlaw came away. 1.5 sacks today for Kinlaw. Shout out to him.
Yeah, about time. Sure.
But I don't put too much blame. There were some questionable play calls that were done, but I don't put too much blame on Kyle, man. It's the personnel, man. You can only do so much with what you have currently. Could we have designed a few more things? Yeah, but a lot of these cats haven't even practiced half this stuff, man, because they weren't even expected to be in there like that. So it's a tough situation, man. And I'm glad we got this bye week coming off, this upcoming week, and we'll be able to hopefully get some more people back to be.
I don't even want to though, CT. Can I be honest? Can I be honest as a Niner fan? I'm like at this point, it's almost kind of like, you done got shot so many times, stay down. It's almost kind of like stay down. Like when you see a good boxer and, he keep getting up and keep getting knocked back out. It is what it is. I think now I'm in a position where I'm just like, y'all, like, let's just
wave the
flag. I'm not saying wave the flag. I'm saying, take your losses and just, make it, another thing. And like I say, Miles says right here, 2 turnovers on special teams for the Niners killed the competitiveness of this game. And that's kind of where the rubber meets the road there. You know what I mean? Nick Mullins threw an inexcusable interception to Malcolm Jenkins. Like, you got to see that guy there. You know what I mean? You just got to see that guy there. You're thrown to a blind spot. And that kind of goes to where when you're working the system instead of playing in it. You know what I mean? Like, you're not playing in the system, you're running the system. So when you're running, okay, I take this 3-step drop, there's an in cut here, throw the ball there. And that's kind of what happened. In cut, throw the ball, bang. Oh, there's somebody there. Oh, crap. You know what I mean? It's kind of like how that looked for me. But the Niners defense for me, they did all right today. I was not upset with the 49ers defense. They were put into some positions, the muff punts, at that point it's 2 muff punts. If you count, when the ball, when Trent Taylor waved off the Cuz and the ball hit him, and then when Richie James dropped the one, that's 2 muff punts. You're basically on your side of the 40 already. You know what I mean? And I think one thing I will say is that there was also another sequence when I want to say it was a roughing the passer, but I don't want to talk out of my neck, when the Niners got him down a 3rd down in the red zone. Something happened. They got 1st down in the red zone. The Niners held again and held them to a field goal. So the Niners defense came to play, and I got to make mention of this before I close the show tonight. Emmanuel Sanders got online before this game. And was talking so much head. Emmanuel Sanders, I got guys over there. I love those guys over there. But we gonna whoop they hind parts. I hope we whoop they hind parts. Emmanuel Sanders, what, he had a catch today?
1 for 5. 1 for 5.
1 for 5.
Hey, he said we gonna whip, not I.
Nah, bro. No. Same thing goes. If you say we, I'm looking at you because you don't want to say it. You got to do something about it. That's like honestly, y'all remember when we was in high school, Quan, when I planted the flag in South City. Wasn't nobody talking about, the team lost. They was on my helmet because I'm the one that did it.
That is true.
I did my thing, but still, you know what I'm saying? So, I was looking for everybody else, but didn't nobody help me out on that one. You feel me?
Okay, David, wrap it up.
Hey, hold on. Juan played well. You feel me?
That wasn't Juan year. Juan was a sophomore that year. That was Johnny Lopez.
For real? You sure?
Oh no, that was 1 year. That was 1 year.
Yeah, Juan played well because
that's when me and Edwin got into it on the bus after the game. Me and Edwin got into it on the bus after the game. I remember that.
That is true. But Juan threw me a tug though. Juan threw me a tug in that game. You know what I mean?
Juan threw me a tug in that game too. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Shout out to Juan Perez, man, the man.
Hey, I have a question for Mees because we on the Saints Niners game. Drew, Roy mentioned that Drew Brees might be hurt. That might be a good thing for Drew because he might need a little break to rest that shoulder. But hey, are you excited for Jameis, baby? He about to be eating dubs out there. He about to be eating the dubs.
Yes, that was terrible. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Quan, do you remember this?
Oh no.
That was terrible. So bad.
That is exactly how all the receivers feel for the Ravens, because the quarterback just gonna run.
Right. Yeah. So that was that, man. I think the Niners defense played well. So let me get into something else. All right, here we go. We've been talking about this field level merch. We've been talking about, get the picks right, and we're gonna make it happen. Get those picks in the right areas, and you're gonna get some field level merch. I was hoping he was on here tonight, but he not. I have to say, as far as the host, I was 4-1 today. CT picked the Niners, so he was 4-1 today. Would have been 5-0 if he would have picked the Saints. But he picked the Niners, so he was 4-1. Quan was 3-2. And the winner of the field level merchandise, that means the shirt and the cup coming your way. Hopefully he watches this back and we're able to get his information off of Twitter. Matter of fact, Quan hit him up and make a little post on Twitter, let him know he won. But Rob Thompson won today. He was also 4-1, so he will get the field level merch. He will get the shirt. He will get the cup coming to him real soon.
Yes,
so that's that, man. That's all for tonight's show. A nice little recap. Join us back here Wednesday night, 8:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We will be on here to talk about the upcoming Week 11, and we'll see what happens, as far as injuries and things like that come down the pipeline on this week. But that's all we got for tonight. I'm Pat. Go Broncos, Boise State Broncos. We're gonna get back right. Don't worry about us. That's Quan. That's CT. Any final words from my guys?
Yeah, man. Shout out to Raider Nation. Keep doing your thing. Fresno State Bulldogs, baby. Let's get it.
CT. I really don't like Quan tonight. I don't know. He is irritating me so bad, bro.
What?
I really don't. Go ahead.
Just saying a prayer for everybody, positivity and support and love. Looking forward to a hopefully productive week, and get right back on here Wednesday to discuss the next week. So let's get it.
That's all it is, man. Pat, Quan, CT, field level family, we over and out.